Taking this as his cue, Daniele closed the folder on his desk and got to his feet. To Brunetti he said, "I leave you to speak to your officer, Commissario. When you're finished, I'll be in the first office on the left." Leaving the file on his desk, Daniele let himself out of the room. Alvise, still statue straight and motionless, lowered his hand to his side. Vianello stood and moved the third chair closer to Alvise. "Sit down, Dario, and tell us what happened." As they watched, Alvise slowly unfroze and took a few steps towards the chair. He placed his hand on the back and walked around it, then sat. He looked at Vianello, and then at Brunetti, and then closed his eyes, as if afraid they were going to begin yelling at him. The officer finally turned his head towards Brunetti and said, "I didn't really fall down the steps, Commissario." His lips closed after he said that, part of him apparently reluctant to go on. They waited, silent, and finally Alvise said, "I don't want to get the guys here into trouble." "Forget what you want, Alvise," Brunetti said in a voice he kept level, "and tell us what happened." Alvise lifted his shoulders for a moment, lost interest in them, and let them fall. "It doesn't really matter, Commissario. Besides, it was only one of them." "Which one?" Vianello asked. "Petri," Alvise answered. "I've known him for a while." Vianello nodded, as though he also knew the man. "He used to work in the city," Alvise said, obviously meaning Venice. "But he transferred to Treviso 2 or 3 years ago." "Did you ever work with him?" Brunetti asked. "A few times, sir," Alvise answered, unable to hide his reluctance to say more.